Hey, viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist, and welcome back to Say Being Hunted. Time for another podcasty style episode with me, Phil, and Connor. How you guys doing over there and all that?
Yippee! It's my
Hey!
best friend Connor. That, and then this other guy here, this weirdo, General. Oh, I've forgotten his
General
General. Oh, General Ned. That's it. General
Ned.
Nelly the elephant.
Yes.
Nelly the
Right.
elephant.
Nelly
Back
the
to town.
Strategist.
Well, see,
General
seems
Red
you're
Strategist.
rebranding my channel for me all of a sudden. That's very nice of you to do that. Indeed. No,
Although I
do
must say,
like
there's
it.
not much.
So-
There's not much strategizing going on,
No,
is there
isn't.
really?
There isn't
Your
really.
town-
When it comes to the strategy part of my brain, it's actually pretty empty. There's not a lot actually going on in there. Just a bit of
Pretty empty
tumbleweed
in there.
blowing around the room, A couple of like those, little monkeys with the cymbals just constantly dinging each other,
That's it.
flipping over.
When we look through
that.
one of your ears, we can see the other side of the room. Oh, that looks nice.
Indeed, yes. I was unaware that you were sticking an otoscope down my ear canal, but I guess that explains
Oh, yes,
the
I'm a
weird
trained
itchiness
doctor.
lately. Yes.
I am a trained doctor. Yes, I've been to medical school for 3 years now, and I'm ready to perform surgeries. I hope you're all ready, guys.
Indeed. Yeah, I would love to have Phil opening me up and going inside me.
I beg your pardon.
Excuse me.
I beg your pardon.
It's that instinctive part of me that just sees the opening for something, some cursed line or whatever, and then I have to say it. I can't help myself.
You can't, can you?
No, I can't.
Right, topic
can't.
time,
Oh.
guys. Connor, Andrew. Right, interesting topic I've been thinking of. That would be interesting to hear yours. I think we should do. Thinking about pet peeves.
Pet peeves.
Things that really maybe not to everyone, but get your knickers in a twist, or things like that really annoy you and get on your wick. Like for example, one for me is people who eat with their mouths open.
Yes.
I'd rather not see your digested food, thank you very much. Because I had a person back in secondary school who always ate with their mouth open. Like we'd sit at lunch together, and I was like trying to look away while I was eating my lunch, but still talking to him. But he'd always be like just eating, just like just like his mouth would be wide open, and it's like, oh God, I don't want to. Thank you, but I don't want to see the first stage of digestion in your mouth.
I didn't want to see your mastication, boy. There we are.
Yeah,
that's
so, big
really
one.
disgusting, indeed. Yeah, I would say that's definitely a pet peeve as well. That and sort of maybe like noisy eating as well. Can also be
Noisy, yeah. Well,
yeah.
for things like lettuce or something, it's difficult to keep that
Yeah.
quiet, or crisps, especially one.
No,
What was that,
no,
Connor?
Phil.
Just lettuce.
Lettuce.
Laughing,
Lettuce.
that was the first thing that came to mind. Over crisps.
Over crisp, well, yeah. I don't know why I went to lettuce. I like lettuce. Have you got a problem with that? I'm a big lettuce fan, actually. Let us in.
Let us discuss Phil's love of lettuce,
That's it.
ladies and gentlemen.
Over
The thing I have with crisps, I must admit, I'm a bit self-conscious with crisps. When I'm at work and everything, when you open the bag, oh my God, the racket that a crisp packet makes when you try to get it open.
Yeah.
And like, sorry guys, sorry, I'm trying to get it open. Give me a minute.
It's like popcorn, isn't it? Suddenly the noisiest food at a cinema.
Oh God, yeah, it's cinema. And the problem is, some crisps are so crunchy, you think everyone can hear it, but you can just hear it in your own ears because it's really loud. But it's only loud to you, thankfully.
I was going to say, imagine trying to open and eat a packet of crisps in a library or some other
Oh,
place.
that would go well, wouldn't it?
Yes, just that rustling sound annoying you.
Especially if you get one of those crisps that difficult to open. You're like,
yeah.
fuck's sake, open! And it's just constantly crinkling.
What are the loudest crisps?
Ooh, the loudest
Good
crisp, you
question.
say?
Like McCoy's are pretty loud, aren't they?
Yeah, they're pretty loud. Some of these because I've tried some of these protein crisps. These sort of like protein
right.
popped ones
Yeah.
that have they've actually got quite a bit of protein in them. They are quite crunchy, and it does make them extra loud.
Yeah. Protein crisps, you say? What's that? You're trying to build up some muscle there via crisps? What's going on here?
Well, Chris helps. That's
Yeah.
But yes, that's what I am, because I go to the gym and things like that. So yes, I am trying to build muscle up. But I found, they're basically made out of like soya,
Right.
and pea
Okay.
pea lentil as well. And they're like a packet of crisps. You would think, nah, it's got nothing in it. It's got like 10, 11 grams of protein in for one pack. So that's pretty high
Yes.
for just something that's crisp related.
True. Yeah. I was going to actually think, actually on on the subject of pet peeves and things more broadly.
Yeah, that's the subject.
Yeah. No, it just reminds me. Actually, I was reading a BuzzFeed article recently, which was sort of people of the sort of baby boomer generation. What is something that younger generations do which you find annoying? And usually, a lot of it is things like being on your phone when you're in social events and things like that. Not paying any attention to people around you. And that kind of thing, which I can understand as well. That too, but it was kind of interesting. Kind of looking at sort of generational divides between what sort of makes, say, people from one generation, what is their pet peeve versus, say, people from another generation. And there were sort of ones that I agreed with and ones that I disagreed with. I mean, one of the ones I actually disagreed with was sort of people on this thread sort of saying that nobody knows how to do cursive anymore, and I'm sat there thinking,
Oh my god.
cursive is shit. There's no reason for it to exist. Cursive handwriting joining
They never
all the
stopped.
letters. Yeah,
They never stopped teaching that in school, did they?
no. But yeah,
Cursive handwriting.
I guess that is a bit of a bugbear of mine. Why does joined up handwriting exist? What is the purpose of it? I don't understand. It seems like a way of making your handwriting more illegible than it already is.
Doctors love it.
Yes, doctors
this
do love it.
doctor.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
doctor
but you're not
here-
a proper doctor, so anyway.
Whoa! Oh, right. Speaking of
Whoa.
pet peeves, I'm going to go off on one now because you've triggered me, Phil. It's time for me to lay down the smack talk on everyone and give everyone a bit of a lesson. So you know how people say sometimes that people with PhDs, oh, you're not a renal doctor, are you?
I know that even I find that
Yeah.
stupidly annoying.
Well, do you
Yeah,
know what's
there are different.
interesting though about that? Do you know what's actually very interesting? Technically, they're the ones who are wrong because if you want to know something interesting, let me try and blow people's minds a bit here. So, bit of a history lesson. Where does the word doctor come from, do you think? What language do you think it originates from, if you had to take a guess?
Latin? Is it
is
Latin
Latin.
based in?
It's Latin, yeah. Any guesses as to maybe what it sort of meant in Latin, roughly?
Maybe something like a professional in a certain field.
So basically, in Latin, closest sort of translation is just teacher. That's all it means. So technically, it didn't necessarily refer to someone who taught medicine. It could just refer to a specialist who teaches sort of any particular field and is seen as an expert in that field. And what's interesting is that throughout history, actual medical practitioners weren't always referred to as doctors. Sometimes they were just physicians, as they were known. So
Yeah, this was a big one.
yeah, so technically, actually, you could make an argument there that it's medical practitioners who adopted the term doctor.
We can't win,
increasingly.
Phil.
No,
He's been preparing this defence for a while.
I have been preparing.
Well, I wanted to get I
You
wanted to get you
going.
to make it get you going. Yeah, I know.
Well, you did.
No, but it is. But yeah, people should stop doing things like that because
Yeah.
it is. You've obviously worked extremely hard to get that degree, and it isn't it a what does PhD actually stand for? It's
it's Doctor of Philosophy.
Doctor of Philosophy. That's
Yeah.
it. Yes. So maybe that was the original.
Yeah. But you got your MD
So-
as well, which is Doctor of Medicine and all that. So there's other
Yeah.
versions of doctoral degrees and all that, whatever else have you. But yeah, there's a personal pet peeve, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, no, it's probably a pet peeve for other
Yeah.
people with PhDs as well. It could get
Loads of us.
something like that.
How do
What about you,
treat
Connor?
PhD holder?
My pet peeves.
Yeah, well, like, you've got a main pet peeve that really irks you?
Recently, it's people who vape.
Vaping. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
very
can see it.
frustrating. Like, there's nothing inherently about it that affects me. but just seeing people do it inside and stuff like that, it's just annoying.
Oh, it shouldn't be done inside. Yeah,
It's
I know
a-
it's
it's a
not. It's
peeve.
nowhere near as bad as like default nicotine smoking because it's not. It's not as bad for your health. I think there are some health downsides to it, but it's not as bad as nicotine smoking. But still, it can be. You shouldn't be doing it inside like normal smoking, unless it's your own home, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can actually sort of understand the vaping one, particularly if you're doing it indoors, something like that. Because like, just sometimes you see people sort of they take a sort of breath in on the vape, and then when they exhale, it's like a fucking chimney of bloody fumes coming. It's like, how much did you fucking breathe in there?
Well, I was at a gig recently, and there was some behind me who was vaping, and like every like 5 seconds, man, a chimney would just come like either side of me.
Oh,
Oh,
And you'd be like,
really
who's been
frustrating.
who's been eating jam donuts around here? Come on, guys, own up.
I didn't realise there was a fucking
And you're not
smoke
offering
machine
me.
behind me.
You're not. Yeah, how come I can smell jam donuts and you ain't offering me one? Come on.
Give me that jam donut, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, because some of them have some extraordinary smells, I must say.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of strange smells, but I think people try to vape to try and be a bit more health conscious. But
Indeed.
haven't they found things that vaping, there's a little, like I said, there's some health downsides to it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that technically it's not 100% healthy for you.
Yeah, it's just I was about to say it's just as bad, but it's not. It's still pretty bad though.
Some people just, I think, try to use it as kind of a transition away from smoking nicotine stuff, but then some people just keep vaping away. So it's like, well, technically you're still smoking of a sort. So technically you are
when
still
people-
doing a bit
yeah.
of damage.
Actually, to go on to what Connor's saying, when they're blowing smoke in your face, but it's even worse with the nicotine smokers. Like, I'm sorry, but I'd rather keep my lungs clean, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Can you not blow it in my face, thank you? Piss
More than
off.
a pet peeve.
Yeah, secondhand smoking.
Actual
It's not
frustration.
good. It's not good. Yeah, that's why I'm thankful we had the smoking ban in 2007.
Yes.
Oh my God, when you went into a restaurant, you stank to high heaven. You stank when you came out. You went into a restaurant for a meal and you came out smelling like the back end of a fucking chimney.
Because you sat in the smokers section, clearly.
Yeah. It didn't help that you had about 10 cigarettes in your mouth, did it either, Phil? There you go.
No, I had a cigar. I decided
Cigar.
I wanted to imitate Winston Churchill. That
Oh,
was
I
it.
see. You wanted to go for the seemingly...
We will get some more food.
Oh, yes, I'll fight the smoking ban in the pub rooms. I'll fight it in the restaurants, whatever the cost may be.
Full of-
I can't really
but
do
yeah, it's
that
good.
Churchillian drawl very well, but that's the closest you'll get
I think
to
I think some countries still do have where you can smoke in
Yeah.
in restaurants or pubs. I think there's some still out there,
it. Oh, yeah.
but I think the majority have stopped now. Like I know that there were points where Germany were still allowing it, but I think they've sort of stopped now.
When I went to Germany, they were smoking in pubs and stuff still. But that was like
Were they still? Yeah.
10 years ago, maybe.
Ah.
Less than.
Yeah. I think a topic actually, speaking of pet peeves, that I think, have we talked about it before? Where do you stand on, taking kids to meals in fancy restaurants, particularly at sort of later hours of the day? So in an evening, 7, 8 o'clock-ish or beyond. Especially younger children.
Actually, the worst.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah, depending on the setting, but I can be a bit... I mean, if the kids are behaving themselves and not causing a ruckus, it's fine. I think it's when they're sort of running around, being a bit of a nuisance, and the parents aren't really doing anything about it that it can get annoying.
Yeah, like climbing when you're in like a booth or something, and they're like
Oh,
climbing
God, they do that,
behind
yeah.
you. That's so annoying.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just come when they're running around. They come running up to your table and they just stare at you for a bit, and then they run off again.
Kids.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need to bring. I mean, I know that you can try and see if you can get a babysitter, but yeah, it's because kids don't really know what to do because obviously they're hungry and they're waiting for for their meal to come. which can take a while, and they're always jumping around, and there's obviously all these other people with food. That's why they probably stop and stare at some people who have got their food. I think there's even been occasions where they've tried to take someone's food, but luckily I think the parents have jumped in. Yeah.
Yeah. Indeed. You need a little trap under the table to get the kids who are thieving your food. You know, a little like cage or something, so you can just trap them and then take them to the parents and say, there you go. Indeed.
I just use mouse traps.
Mousetrap. Get the fingers in it.
I'll just use the mousetrap, but it'll have to be an elaborate Rube Goldberg machine.
I was going to say, when Phil thinks of mousetraps, he thinks of the children's little board game thing, and that's what he's setting up underneath the table.
Oh yes, get that ready.
Contraption.
Yeah, it takes ages. Like, hang on, can you just hang on a minute? I've not quite got it set up yet.
The kid's gone home, is in bed before it triggers.
Heck. But no.
No, that is a big peeve. Yeah, I don't know. Because obviously it's nice to have time with your kids in a restaurant, but they're trying to entertain themselves because obviously they're bored trying to wait for their food. They do seem to calm down a bit once they've had food, though.
Yeah.
So.
Indeed. I mean, the thing is that it's a bit of a sort of debate because I see people sort of really getting themselves all sort of wound up about it online. People sort of saying that, you can't. It's good to take kids to these things so they can learn, social etiquette, things like this. And I think, yeah, that's fine. It's just, try and keep them under control. That's all. No one's disputing that, eventually they're going to be old enough to sort of take them to these kind of venues or whatever else have you. Just make sure that they're well behaved. That's all I suppose that's being asked for there.
Yeah, it's they need to learn to be well behaved. Otherwise, they'll get shot.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah.
Hey?
Do you not know they get shot?
They get shot
With a Nerf gun, that is. Not a real gun.
Of course. Yeah, Nerf gun.
That we may
Nerf
well
gun,
upgrade to a real gun.
Or the Super Soaker.
A full firing squad.
Whole firing squad.
Guns.
Put in the gas chamber. Deary me. Get the Super Soakers out. Those are fucking expensive. Good lord, the Super Soakers now.
Indeed.
Fucking hell, they are. They're extravagant. Another pet peeve, which is probably a pet peeve of everyone really, is people who either pick their nose when they're out and about, or go digging for treasure in their ear as well. Yeah.
Ugh, yes.
And then eat it. What are you doing? Come on now.
Lovely jabbly.
Clearly
I was a bit
people
hungry.
food.
We'll find some fucking food then.
I'm hungry. Let me pick my nose. There's a full meal in there,
Oh yeah, very nutritious.
Fucking Yorkshire pudding comes out.
Oh yeah, imagine that. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, that would just be great. Imagine if you could conjure any sort of food from within your body. You could just pull it out. Oh, look at that! I got a Victoria sponge.
Pizza for me.
But of course,
Pizza,
given
pizza.
the dimensions of your, the inside of your nose, it doesn't come out in the shape of the food in question. It comes out as a long tube.
Oh God, imagine that. Ugh.
Got to be
Imagine if you
fast
just
tubes
pull-
then, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if you could just pull like food out of your body. Oh, you know what I feel like today? I feel like having a chippy. Hang on. Oh, there we go. There's the fish. There's the chips.
Like a bird coughing up worms.
Yeah. And there's the mushy peas. But of course, because they're in a viscous state, you actually have to sneeze those out.
Oh.
Yup.
They come out the right kind of colour, though, don't they?
Yeah, true.
Oh yeah. Oh no, don't put us off mushy peas. I actually like them.
I do as well. I have to be careful not to put myself off. Now, there's a frigging dog directly under me.
I've noticed something about these dogs in Sea Being Hunted.
Yeah.
When they were chasing you, how are you faster than the dog?
Well, I think I took a few sort of detours just around obstacles to try and
I see you able
throw his
to
pathing.
outrun it in a straight line, so it's a bit strange.
The annoying thing
Yeah,
is, they don't drown in water, so it's just sort of sat there underneath the jetty where I am, and it's barking,
Waiting
so it's
for you.
constantly keeping them over
Well,
there.
it's a robot, so technically it should start short-circuiting,
Yes.
not drowning.
Indeed. Short-circuiting
Unless
is
it's made
just
of
the
some
robot's equivalent of
water-resistant metal.
drowning. Yes.
I've got a pet peeve.
Go on, yeah.
Groups of people that don't walk single file, but walk too slow so you can't go past them.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, it's a good one actually. Yeah, that is a good one. It's I'll extend that to like bikes as well. You know, when they're side by side rather than behind one
Yeah.
another.
Yeah,
What's she
yeah.
doing? Get behind one another. You don't need to be two abreast. Come on, you're right in the middle of the road.
Yeah. Ugh. You always get that, and I always find. I remember actually the town where I grew up, they would always have a market day on Thursdays or whenever. So if you ever try wandering into town on Thursdays, you're going to get stuck behind old people who have no spatial awareness for quite some time. And speaking of actually...
It affects supermarkets as well. Yeah,
yes,
supermarkets
I was about to
when they're
say.
blocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just thinking of another service they were talking about, which was entitled, funnily enough, Old People in Supermarkets. Yeah, when they block the aisle. Not just old people, but people who stop to... Oh, you're right, Deirdre. I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, no. I just want to get that...
I don't mind them stopping.
Can you move?
As long
Let me get the cheese.
Yeah, as long as you don't do that annoying thing where they've got the trolley sort of at an angle where it's jutting out into the aisle, and as a result, it's like if you're going to stop, get over on one side.
Exactly. So you can talk in peace, and I can still get by it and get me cheese. Come on, get out of the way.
Don't get between Phil and his cheese, ladies and gentlemen.
I love cheese now, not that American cheese, but the pure finest British or French cheese.
I thought you'd be on the protein crisp aisle.
The protein crisp, yeah, was it? Unfortunately, that's not a huge aisle at the moment.
Yes.
It's like one solitary one.
Or the Sainsbury's barbecue chicken pizza aisle. Because they have
that one, yes.
Dedicated
That's where I am, talking to Phil, blocking it.
Yeah, it was like us two. We're like, all right, Connor. Oh, Phil, how you doing? Not too bad, Connor. How are you? And everyone's like, can you fucking get out of the way?
True.
And we're like, no, we're chatting here.
Indeed, you got your trolley just angled perfectly across the aisle so no one else can get past.
There's
that one
trolleys
that's
are both out at the same time, so it's like a full barricade.
Yeah, making your own fort. I was just thinking there's a sort of introverted sort of little thing about supermarkets where someone is at the thing that you want to get, so you go and look at something else while you wait for them to move.
Yes.
Just like, I love this. Oh, look at this tin of sweet corn. Yeah, that looks really nice. That. Have you moved yet? No. Still better keep looking at this tin of sweet corn.
Yes. Heaven forbid that you actually ask them to, if you could just
in
and just
don't do
grab
that.
something. No, you have to wait a full 10 minutes for them to read the contents of the tin off the back of it, and then just to put it then down, pull another one out, and then spend 10 minutes reading the next one.
I know.
It's like,
and it's something like a tin of peas. What's
Yes.
this? A tin of peas? Oh, I wonder what's in. Let's have a look at the ingredients. There's probably going to be fucking peas in it. Yeah.
It reminds me of a funny story though, from before I was born. Again, this concerns my grandmother on my mother's side of the family. This is back in the day sometimes when my family would go on trips to Belgium and sometimes take the grandparents with them to like go and see the war graves and stuff like that. And it was one trip, like I say, sometime before I was born, but in essence, they go across to Belgium, and I think they must have been in some like self-catering accommodation or something, because they went to a supermarket to buy some food. And it's like apparently my grandmother was like standing for ages trying to read like tins of beans, even though it's all in Flemish. And it's like, Grandma, you cannot read that. It's beans. Just decide whether you want to buy it or not. It's in Flemish.
Yeah.
You do not speak Flemish.
Maybe she was just standing there and waiting for her. Maybe she was actually waiting just for that time to start learning Flemish. She's like, I'll be learning Flemish soon. Don't you worry, it'll come to me.
She was pondering the philosophical implications of baked bean tins written in Flemish, and the sociological ramifications of what that meant for her as an English speaker or something. I don't know.
Was it actually in Flemish, or was it just cursive?
Well, it could have been the double whammy. It could have been Flemish in cursive, for all we know.
Oh, heaven
Even
forbid, no
worse.
one will ever be able to read that.
Yes. Oh, God.
Oh, I've got a big pet peeve, which actually can be quite infuriating as well. When you open like a new bottle and it's got those little plastic tabs.
Oh, like a bottle of
God.
milk or something. It's got those slightly
Yeah, bottle of
awkward
milk or a
ones.
sauce bottle or something, and you've got those little plastic, and they're like, you're trying to peel them off, and they just don't come off because the machine that put them on made them really bloody tight.
Yeah, and tiny as well, so it's like really hard to actually get a grip of them. Usually I find those ones. Oh, sorry, go on, Connor.
I was going to say, to add on to that, the new caps that don't come off, they're annoying.
Yes.
Yes,
I
yeah.
know they're right for the environment, but they're not right for me.
Fuck the environment. I want what's right for me. There we are. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you ever get one, like one of those milk bottles with one of those little plastic film things on it, it's really hard to get off. Just get a fucking knife and stab through it, and then get your fingers in and just rip it off. Clumsy and inelegant, but it works.
It worked.
Yes.
It does work, even though when you it only does it in like little bits because it's still all the rest of it's still all tight to the bottle.
Yeah.
It's like,
When you were
like
actually,
what machine is doing this?
Yeah. When you were actually a kid, did your parents ever actually get like milkmans to actually deliver proper like glass bottles of milk when you were younger? Do you
Yes,
remember
I've
that?
had a milkman.
Yes, I remember that
But
same
very
thing.
young.
Yeah, when very young, and we had that. And what would always be extremely lovely about that is when you open the door in the morning to pick up the little sort of carton thing with the milk bottles in it, and you see that the birds have already been like pecking through the freaking foil lids on it.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh no!
indeed. It's like, oh great, right. So it's got lovely. The birds have been at it, the freaking crows or whatever.
They want their milk.
Yes.
Did you get it in like carton packets? Because we were
Well,
getting like the glass
When I
bottle.
say carton, what I mean is like that sort of plastic tray thing that they put the milk bottles
that
into it.
thing,
That thing, yeah. It's probably got a proper name for it. I don't know, like a punnet or no
Plastic tray.
plastic tray. Yeah, that's probably the correct term there. I probably
Milk
just
tray.
answered my own question. Yes.
That was the thing when you were in primary school, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It'd always been milk time.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
that was strange. Oh, because it's got full of calcium. It's good for your bones.
Good for your bonds and bones. Yes. And it
So you
would
don't
always
turn
be,
80 and get arthritis or not arthritis, mostly osteoporosis.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it would always be, of course, full fat milk, so it would be like swimming with cream and all that. Which I'll be honest with you, as a little kid, I never found full fat cream appetising. I mean, I still, consumed it, but, as I got older and started moving on to skim cream, I preferred that so much more. Yeah. Just lovely when you have your breakfast cereal in the morning, you pour the milk on it, you've just got like big white bits floating around.
Milk
Like
skin.
Yeah.
Good old milk.
Yes.
So I think did any of you when we were in primary school do the famous heads down, thumbs up?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh God, what was that? What was that about? I never understood that. That's actually a little bit of a pet peeve because I found it a fucking annoying, stupid game. That.
You've unlocked a new pet peeve for me. Americans calling it heads down 7-Up.
Really? Is that what they call it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
And I don't get it. I think that's why it annoys me.
maybe put 7 fingers up.
Yes.
But
I
why?
put my bloody middle finger. You're not touching me. Fuck off.
Is that what you did in primary school,
What was
then,
the
Phil, when you
what was
played
the
that
point
game?
of the game? Yeah, waiting for someone to lightly touch your thumb. Thanks for that.
I can't remember.
Apparently, it's because 7 people are like the people that go around and do it.
Oh. I see, yeah.
Ah,
But then I feel like that calling it that locks it to a certain amount of people that are needed.
Yeah.
Whereas heads down, thumbs up, like there's no like you can have as many people as you want. It's so dumb.
Strange, yeah.
exactly.
I'm
Strange
annoyed just
little-
thinking about it.
It was quite an annoying little thing. I never understood that.
I don't remember it too much, though, when I was at primary school. I do remember playing a lot of Wing Murder, which I think we've talked about before, but yeah.
Oh God, yeah, I remember that.
Yes.
That was another strange game.
Yeah. I remember one time that I was the murderer. I actually did really, really well. Managed to murder everyone pretty much in the class, and then before they realised it was me.
Yeah, it's a. I think
what
it's
that
a very
means.
British game, that isn't it?
I think it means I'd be very effective at, deceiving people as I actually go around on a murder spree, which is nice to think about, isn't it, Phil?
He's just been murdered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed.
I thought there's something funny tasting in my cup of coffee. Oh, what?
Just all that antifreeze.
Yes.
Too much antifreeze. What am I? A car?
Now you're just a very cold-hearted individual, Phil. That's why we feed it to you.
Indeed. Well, I mean, you're not wrong there. Yeah, I am a cold-hearted individual.
Yes, indeed.
Um,
Well,
I'm trying to think any more pet peeves. Yeah, anything major that sticks out.
yeah, trying to rack my brain as well.
Really annoys.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked obviously, in various episodes before about like driving habits that I absolutely despise, things like that.
Oh yeah,
So,
there's all sorts of those. Yeah,
yeah,
people being arseholes on the road
yeah.
is the basic thing, isn't it?
I think that dog that was under the water before is still there. I think it's stuck. It's stuck on something, some aspect of the geometry.
He's never gonna get out.
No.
He's stuck in there forever.
Yeah. The fucking robot's having a bloody shootout somewhere. It's going crazy enough over here,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I'm going crazy.
Indeed. Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to rack my brains. Any other sort of pet peeves that I would refer to? I'm sure there probably are ones that I'm just not thinking of right now. But I'd have to go away and have a think about it, I do think.
Oh, I've got one. People who cut in line in a queue.
Yes.
Especially because we're British and we're good at forming orderly queues.
We love
But they've got someone. We love. Oh, you're not British unless you've been in a queue and you've loved it. But people who start cutting in line
You love
just
a good
because
queue.
stop. There's no need to cut in line. Why?
Yeah.
Especially those people who rush to get onto the aeroplane.
Oh, yes.
You're not going to get there faster than me.
Yep. Had that before, indeed. That was worst instance of that I ever had was when I was a teenager, coming back from the A-level history trip to Russia, and we were at the airport in St. Petersburg or wherever it was, and we were getting towards the front of the queue, and then suddenly this frigging business dude just literally cuts across right in front of us, and it's like, okay, fucking right, you're just gonna do that? Okay, sure, whatever. And,
Well, why? Why is the need to cut in front of a line?
Indeed.
Because they want to get to the front and get themselves. No, just I think there's other countries that are a lot worse than us because we are very good with queues mostly, but you still do get that person who will try and jump the queue.
Indeed.
But if it does happen in the UK, it does cause a big rigmarole. Look at the famous Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby. That famous thing on the news. Do you remember where he got accused of jumping the queue to see the Queen's funeral? Yeah. Oh my God, that caused a shitstorm.
Such an unnecessary shitstorm as well, because it was just like, God, that was what people got their knickers in a twist about, and it was like, they jumped the queue, but then it was like saying, well, actually, we were, as media crew, we weren't supposed to be in that queue anyway, we were supposed to be just in there, and it was all this, and it was like, God, I really cannot be arsed listening to these stories.
I know, I just can't.
I really don't care.
Just goes to show you how much we value a queue, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
The UK public value a queue, but there's all sorts of shit happening with that. Obviously, Philip Schofield had his big incident, his big controversy. I don't even know what he's. I think he's sort of recovered from it now, hasn't he?
Well,
and he's doing.
Deal is with
I think
that.
he might be doing some more TV.
Was he not? I don't know. Was it something like he'd like been in a relationship with a much younger dude or something? I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, one of the runners.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember too well. You can tell I don't really follow these kind of stories, so I'm sure someone in the comments will be like, "No, he was friggin' doing something highly dubious or something. Who knows?" Yeah.
He was vaping inside.
He was vaping inside.
Vaping in the studio. That's it.
He was picking his nose and eating it live on air and all that.
He's doing all of our pet peeves all at once. He was vaping while picking his nose, while eating, while opening a little plastic bottle of sauce with those weird tabs on it.
Whilst reading Flemish.
While he's in Flemish, loudly eating his lettuce crisps.
Yeah. Worst part was he had a frigging shopping trolley parked across the frigging couch at an angle that Holly Willoughby couldn't then sit down on it. And she was just standing off polite to one side, too polite to actually ask him to move it. He was there for about 10 minutes.
Then he skipped the queue at the self-checkout.
Yeah, exactly.
And then for the final thing, he took his kid to that restaurant. So
and his kid was very well misbehaved.
And smoked.
And smoked, that too.
And smoked
indoors.
as well, yeah.
And started digging for treasure in his ears. Lovely.
Oh, there we go. We managed to combine all of our pet peeves in one and put it to Philip Schofield.
Yes.
Oh dear.
I'm hoping that's the thumbnail for this video.
Well,
Like all of that stuff all at once.
wow.
All at once. There you go. That's going to be a fun little
Yeah,
thumbnail.
you're really setting me a challenge there, aren't you? Yes. And to top it all off, he committed the worst offence of all. He basically said that people who have PhDs aren't real doctors. So.
Oh my
Gotta bring him
God!
back to
Yeah,
that
how
one as
could
well.
he?
Indeed.
Can't believe he
How
said
could he?
that.
I know. Can't believe you said that, Phil. There we are.
Can't believe he's just done that.
All right then. I think it's probably time to wrap up here, ladies and gentlemen, because we had a good.
Oh, it's time to chicken wrap it up.
Yes, wrap that chicken up. Bit of lettuce and all that. To bring it back to Phil's thing from earlier.
Lettuce crisps, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I've just thought of a really crunchy crisp, Connor, which you're talking about, which is like the crunchiest, noisiest
Yes.
crisp. Pringles.
Ooh,
They're quite loud and crunchy.
What's the quietest crisp though? I think it's Skips.
Skips, yeah.
Yeah, Skip, because they could just melt. Yeah, they don't have much to them, Skips.
No, they don't. Yeah.
Oh God, I just thought Big Hoops and Hula Hoops. Now they are seriously crunchy.
Oh yeah,
They
good
are
shout.
really loud, actually. What else? What else could be quiet though? To be honest, Quavers don't have a huge crunch. There's a little bit of crunch to them, but they're not extremely
Depends.
noisy.
If you keep
Quavers.
them on your tongue for a while, right, then they like disintegrate.
Yeah.
Oh my lord! You mentioned hula hoops, and that's just unlocked a childhood memory. A real pet peeve here. You know, do you remember those days when I guess this was probably just like an urban legend that was going around primary school age children, where it was apparently that in every like million freaking bags of hula hoops, there's a square hula hoop, and if you find it, you can win about £1 million or something. And you'd open your little bag of hula hoops every sort of day, thinking, is there a square one? And never would be one in there, would there? And you'd be like, oh shit, why do I not get the square hula hoop? You remember that?
Is
that
that
just
the
at
thing?
my
Well,
primary
I don't remember that. No.
I just have sort of some weird dormant childhood memory that just unlocked in my brain about
Isn't that similar to the thing that's happening now with cream eggs? Although it is real, the fact that if you get the white cream egg, well, originally it was the white cream egg, but then they stopped that and just gave everyone white cream eggs, and now it's the one if you get half and half. If you can find the half and half one, so apparently you can get one side that's chocolate and one side that's white chocolate. Yeah, they're doing that now at cream egg. So they did that last year where you had to find the white cream egg. Now they've scrapped that and just let you have a white chocolate cream egg, and they do it among the normal cream eggs. But now it's half and half. So see if you can find the one that's half milk chocolate, half white chocolate.
I see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can't be doing that with cream eggs at the moment.
Like I say, hula hoops. Don't know if it was ever true. If it was a thing, I mean, I don't know. What we were expecting to happen. Maybe we'd win a monetary prize, or maybe it'd be like a golden ticket, and you get invited to go to Billy Bonker's hula hoop factory or something. I don't know. Have a good time there, seeing whatever the heck goes on.
And just jump into a massive, but those like ball pits that children do. Instead of that, it's just filled up to the brim with hula hoops.
Yeah,
wee
of all different flavours. Hula hoop heaven, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to go there.
Yeah.
And then someone takes out 2 bits of bread and goes, "Oh, I'll put that in my sandwich. I like having a crisp sandwich."
Crisp sandwiches. Yes, all right. Anyway, time to wrap up here. Facebook and links are down below, along with a link to my propagandist channel for anyone interested. And if you enjoyed, a like is, of course, always appreciated and all that jazz. Thank you for joining me, you two.
Oh, it's been fun. We've had some pet peeves. And one more pet peeve. God, that pet peeve from me is recording with Connor and Andrew. Bloody hell.
Wow.
What a peeve. What a peeve.
Your existence annoys me.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, just
New
seen
pet
that coming.
peeve unlocked.
Also,
Phil.
PhDs are not proper doctors.
Fuck!
Yeah, that was a bit controversial.
Oh, dearie me. There we go. Yeah, I just thought I sort of jump cut the footage momentarily as soon as I started doing my explosion of rage. But no, right, time to wrap up here. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Great. What's dice doing? Oh my god. Oh, this is just like random stuff, isn't it? So really good. Well, I think we've got that building actually ready on that side, right? Beginnings of our little town, a few inhabitants. Lovely. Let's. We do have some different building blocks. It's an interesting one. Apologies if you hear my thinking box in the background, by the way. Washing machine. Oh yeah, there was. Oh, there's the little dog with the at the top of the flight of steps. It's pretty awesome. What about this building block here? Start maybe with this one. We'll go in front of these trees over here, I do think, ladies and gents. Or can we, actually?